We are on Nanjing Road, East Nanjing Road, and I've come to China to go get some falafel because I am hungry. Keep messing up ordering Chinese food, and so I'm very hungry. Um, Today is a bit of a slow day. I had some coffee with somebody from the hostel this morning. It's around midday. I made the mistake of going on Instagram. No, thank you. Lots of people approach you trying to sell you bags and watches, which is an interesting thing about Nanjing Road. So before I go to the French concession, I've come to a falafel restaurant in central Shanghai. So service terrible, but the falafel wrap is really good. So I've pulled up outside a random metro station in Shanghai called Luzhibang metro station, and I'm trying to see a bit more of the real Shanghai. Um, a little bit less glitz and glam, but I think this is just like a sort of suburb. So to be understood, to be expected. I'm on my way to the former French concession. I've just popped in to the mall, purchased another battery for my Osmo Action 4 in the DJI store over there. I discovered a limitation, which is that Alipay only has like 20 or 30 seconds to complete the transaction. So if you're, what can sometimes happen, which was happening with me, is that Starling wanted me to approve the transaction in the app, and by the time that loaded and I approved that and went back to Alipay, the thing had timed out. So we tried to do it 2 or 3 times, it didn't work. They obviously didn't take cash, but they managed to get a card payment through. So I hope this doesn't come to bite me in the future. So I made it to a part of the French concession called Tianzifang. It's all old French architecture. It's like kind of like no cars. It's in by itself. And yeah, we'll go explore it. And yeah, apparently people still live here, so we'll see. They are on the hard sell in here. They clock me and speak to me in Russian and English. Last guy was just like, Obama, Obama. I didn't quite get that one. This place was built in the 1930s, and I think it was predominantly French. Well, it was the French concession. I don't know if the French built it, whether it was for Chinese workers or for the French themselves. They may have lived on like the more bigger boulevards, but it's so cool. And it's just like seemingly endless. It just goes on and on. So I've popped up in another part of Shanghai, and I'm going to the Propaganda Poster Arts Museum. It's perhaps an obvious observation, but even a whole day in boggles my mind how every square inch is covered by CCTV cameras. You can see them up there. You can see them up there on the post. Every square inch. And you think you're not being watched, and you turn around and you'll see one. They are everywhere. KFC. Oh, it's not KFC at all. It just looks like KFC from the distance. Right. So I'm now in a random elevator, in a random building. Hopefully this is the right one. Let's find out. It said right to the 7th floor. Let's find out. It's a bit dark, but I think I'm in the right place. So I've just come out of the Propaganda Art Museum. There was no filming allowed. It was pretty cool, I have to say. It was pretty cool. Felt like some of their posters were a little bit anti-Semitic, but then it might also just be a thing about white people having big noses. Hard to know. It was interesting. I didn't have any other comments other than say it was super interesting. And their perspective on the revolution and its requirements and its purpose and solidarity across the world for other oppressed peoples is very interesting, especially when you take a critical view of it. But yeah, fascinating. There was actually nothing. There's lots of cool stuff in the gift shop, but it was very expensive. I wanted to pick up a couple of postcards, but the ones they had were a bit meh. So then I'm just on my way home. I'm pretty knackered. Probably going to chill out, get some food, relax at the hostel. It's been a very busy day. Ni hao bao bei. We are on, where are we? M50 Art District in Shanghai on the river, and we are going to learn how to say hi sexy, which we're going to employ in the nightclub tonight. Right, so what was the ones we learned?
Huh?
What did we learn? We learned some. Do you remember one?
We learned Ni hao bao bei.
Ni hao bao bei.
That's
What's the other one? That's
Shiba.
hello baby.
Yeah.
徐吧，漂亮，beautiful，
sexy.
sexy 哦，性感。
Shinga.
Ni hao shinga. Shinga?
No 性感 like no we say maybe pretty is better.
Okay, how do you
你
say
好，
pretty?
美女。
Hello from the M50 Art District. I'm among so many lights and so much art. It's so beautiful around here. I'm just taking in the culture. I highly recommend, guys. They got great Panashoks, really expensive water, great art. What more could you want? Perfect day out.
And next step, we will go to Pudong Art Museum. It's the famous museum in Shanghai.
What are you guys learning?
Suimashen ego harashimaska.
What does that mean
It means, excuse me, do you speak English?
in Japanese?
Yeah.
I'm a pro.
And the other thing is,
So we have arrived at the museum. There's just like strange random tower like behind us. I don't know what it's for. I think it might be like
what's that called? The big tower.
joking. This is the Oriental Pearl.
Oriental Pearl.
The Oriental Pearl. And we're gonna go into the museum. So we're at the Museum of Art in Shanghai, but it's 100 yen. That's like $10 to get in. And so our group's not very keen. We are in the heart of Pudong. Is that how you pronounce it? Pudong?
浦东，
Pudong
浦东 yeah.
in Shanghai.
I'm gonna ask the auntie for a photo.
And we're about to get a photo in front of this famous tower. We didn't go into the museum because
It was tenor. A tenor.
China, and we're clearly just tight backpackers and uncultured and don't want to see. But we saw.
He was really mean anyway.
Was he? What
He
did he
was
do?
a horrible guy. Abused
Pray
his
tell.
wife, his kids. He was just grumpy. And
Yeah.
he stole art from Africa.
Asshole, bro.
Fuck that guy.
I preferred our very weird art we saw at M50.
Yeah, that was cool. Depressing, but
Any comments?
Huh? Any comment? No.
We go to Hot Pot. We went up these towers, but like the bookshop all wanted us to spend a fiver each before they showed us the view, and we could kind of see it anyway, and it was all right. In the UK, soup. We've got like mushrooms, tofu, and she's cooking hot pot. She's cooking hot pot for us, which is kind of crazy. Normally you serve yourself, but so we just finished the meal and it was incredible. And we're now working out how to pay because Mu's paid for the whole thing, but we have no idea how to transfer her monies. It's actually quite complicated. Alipay and WeChat are struggling a little bit, but the meal was incredible. So we're now back at the hostel bar, sinking beers, and our plan is to go. Oh, hello! Join the shop. And our plan is to go to a bar called.
The Odd Couple.
What's the plan?
big night out, gonna pool loads, drink loads, make money.
It is 1:15 midday on the day after. I am extremely grumpy, but I'm trying to hide it from my fellow hostelers. I had 5 hours sleep, and I think we're going on our mission to
Suzu,
which is
a water town.
we will get there, and that's the plan for today.
We need coffee, we need food before we go.
Yep, and I think that will lift our spirits.
Coffee when I was in Japan was also that. Like, I think it's just coffee is genuinely very.
I was
Yeah,
so
I had,
hungry
like,
that I
2
devoured our
coffee
hangover food
plans, like-
without recording it. So the hangover food that we got is I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what you guys would call it. I'm just saying it's fucking deep fried starch with spice on it, and it was extremely yummy. And I devoured my entire bag.
Like a Bluetooth, right?
Yeah. Ni hao, bitches. We got like halfway. We got to the subway stop, and we had to go all the way back to the hostel because you need your passport for some reason to take a train in China. I don't know why. Passport secured. Let's get a bullet train to this cool little town. We have now arrived at Shanghai railway station. It is, guys, what's the time? It is 3:10 in the afternoon. We left the hostel 2 hours and 10 minutes ago, and we have been failing to get a train in China because it's actually quite hard to get a train in China. We are the only yoga in this whole station.
Yeah, can you Asian squat?
I can, but like my like quads get burnt out. We're on the bullet train now. It should be 25 minutes. I have a busting headache, and I overheated and nearly fainted in the terminal because I was being an idiot and standing with all my layers on. And I'm really paranoid I have methanol poisoning. I almost certainly don't have methanol poisoning. There was actually a non-squat toilet, but you know, I don't mind. Okay, we have arrived after the train ride from hell. It was goddamn awful. I felt so sick the whole way. And we're now walking to find the cool sort of village that we're here to see. I feel terrible. Billy Big Balls, the Scotsman, I think one of the oldest in the group, can't handle his alcohol, and everyone else is feeling chirpy. And I feel terrible. We finally made it. My head's frozen, still got a banging headache. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but I still got a pulsing headache. We walked ages to get here, but loads of tourists. Sea of people, mountain of people, let's go. Ready? Let's go. Okay, my head is freezing, but we have a moment to show the viewers. I'm with Muse, and she was about to order me some tea eggs. Tea eggs are just eggs that have been boiled in tea. So I'm very hungry, but there's not really any vegetarian food here. And we're about to order these eggs, and I'm going to ask if you can notice anything different about them. I don't know if you saw that, but that is like the embryo of a chicken. That is not vegetarian, bro. That is a growing chicken in there. There's been like, obviously not kill. I don't know what you would do. I suppose just chucked in boiling water before they hatch. Yeah, I nearly ate them, and got saved at the last minute by Muse. That definitely would have made me vomit. So thank you very much. Saved me from disaster. Yeah. Cool. Right, we're in the little town. It looks pretty sick.
Pretty fucking sick, mate.
There ain't no veggie food. I'm starving. I'm slowly getting over my hangover. There's like loads of like women in traditional dress.
So many women, dude. Jolly women.
There's like shut up, you lot. In like traditional dress. I think this is like a photo spot. It's very loud here. I'll show you what I mean. After 10 days, the lens cap is gone. The lens cap is gone.
This is Rilke Stuart Roberts speaking, and we are in the Venice of China. We've got Ron and and everyone else.
Update from the Naywell Hotel. We have found our way to a chip restaurant, and in very classic Scottish fashion, some chips have made me feel a lot better. Only got 2% remaining. I smashed the lens cap, yeah, we are now we're leaving soon. I think I'm going back to Shanghai. So we've just walked in the Bund. I replaced the battery way too late. We're enjoying some non-alcoholic beverages. on the walk to a hotel bar. Nice. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Right.
We are going up to the hotel bar. Very nice hotel. Oh. Do you have any thoughts about this experience?
Pretty sick.
And it's the end of the road. Ron's about to leave in 30 minutes. It is currently 3:17 a.m. We've had such intense separation anxiety that despite us all being exhausted, no one will go to bed first. Because we don't want to leave each other. Good morning, Shanghai. I'm going to Beijing today. I didn't manage to get the International Youth Hostel book, so I left it too late. I learned a thing about China there, which is there's a lot of people here. So you gotta book stuff at a good time. So I've noticed the garbage collectors in both Taiwan and China use this like modified fairly slang tune to announce their arrival. I'm on my way to a vegetarian restaurant. I've got another hostel booked in Beijing. It looks a bit rubbish, but it is what it is. Hopefully I'll get to the Great Wall and then plan my trip upwards to Hubei province to go snowboarding. Maybe it's because I'm a tourist, or maybe because they're just so used to seeing people record stuff and always being on camera. Alarm. But nobody cares about recording in China. It's almost like par for the course. Everyone's got the cameras out. Everything's being recorded at all times. So yeah, no one really cares. So maybe like they're also used to seeing like influencers all the time. Apparently it's in this building. Really have a lot of hope of that. Circle the building, see what. It's so loud in here. We're up at the food court level. Another observation in China is they love bright lights. This is my meal. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. But it was her recommendation. And this is for about £2.50. And we've got, it's pretty common in China, you always get like a soup dish and a tea dish free. And give us some fresh fruit. And yeah, it's just like rice and fake meat. So, I'm gonna get after it. Alright, we got some more veggie food because I wasn't finished. We got like a 4-piece bento box and no rice. This is like mushroom, some veggies, more veggies, some chickpeas. Who knows? This was kind of expensive. This was like £4. But I need to fuel up for the day. Oh wait, hold on. Let me move the mic.
Hello, I'm talking a word. 素食 means vegan food.
Thank you. Yeah, we had lunch at the Pure Water Vegetarian Restaurant. It was alright. It's nice. Chatted to this Chinese girl for a while. She tried to teach me the word for vegan. It doesn't even really translate very well, but yeah, China. Nice. Life's good. Got to train to Beijing, a couple hours. I need to get a few things. I need to get a power bank, SD cards. So it's the end of the road for my Shanghai adventure. I think this is People's Square, People's Park. Can't really remember the exact one. And I'm about to get on the subway to go to. I'm getting some guy's attention. I'm about to go on the subway, 45-minute journey to the railway station. There's a railway station at the airport. Bullet train to Beijing, which will be like 4.5 hours. And then I think I also have to get the metro there for like an hour. I booked my hostel a bit too late, so I got a pretty crummy one in a random place. But yeah, not really smooth operation today. If I was a bit more planned in advance, there's a railway station like one stop away, 4-hour bullet train, straight to the one near a station near the hostel. But I wasn't prepared, so this is the price we pay. It's an extra 2-3 hours of travel on my day. Time to get on the metro. and head to where we're going. We need to take line 2. Not really sure where that is. This way. You get a lot of stares in the metro because people are really not used to seeing white people, especially a white person with a camera. Very rare occurrence for them. So they like look right at you like, what is this cracker up to? This has to be the craziest train station I've ever been in. I got my chippies, I got my bottle of Coke, I've arrived off the metro. It's so loud, you can probably hear that. It's just chaos. My ticket, my phone app says, go to the large screen. Well, what large screen? Go to large screen and I'll tell you what gate you're leaving from. There's 40 gates in this train station. I think 30 or 40. This place is, China is just crazy. The scale of everything is 10 times anything I've ever seen before. It's just madness. Right, there's a big screen over here. Let's see about it. Maybe I can find my train that I'm meant to be taking. I've got 40 minutes. I'm feeling confident. Not too fast, but like, yeah, it's so overwhelming all the time, China. Just like, they have this expression, and I think I'm translating it wrong, but it's like sea of people, mountain of people. And it's like when you're in China, like, there is always just so many people. It's just like an obscene amount of people. Anyway, in a bit, I'm at the screen now. G24, Beijing Nan, 1700, 1A, 1B, on schedule. Easy. Wait, we have to check in. These aren't gates, we have to go check in at individual check-ins for each train. Oh, maybe that's just a mistranslation, surely. That wouldn't make any sense at all. I can't find a 1A or a 1B. Absolute chaos. And announcements are constant all the time. Listen. Alright, I've made it to the check-in, or gate. I actually think it is a check-in, because I see a McDonald's after this. So, I think we have to go now, because it does say G24 1700 is the first one on the list, so... je pense que je dois partir maintenant. Yeah, I don't know, but everyone's just kind of standing around here, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, it turns out this is the gate. Dropped my Coke, shook it up, covered in fizzy juice now. We're all just queuing to get on the train. Don't know how long I'm going to stand here for. I was also going to say this is going to be my first time on a train going this fast. Alright, we rolling. Pass the security check, scan your passport. I'm about to get on this bad boy. Train looks slick. Another announcement. They absolutely love announcements. Just like the UK. Extremely clean station. Everything very efficient. I mean, we are going between like the two biggest cities, Shanghai, Beijing, so it's pretty premier. To be fair, you go London, Edinburgh in the UK, and everything's absolutely disgusting. So. Alright, so I just washed my hands. Never far from like hand soap and water in China. Maybe it's a post-COVID thing. But I can tuck into my tomato Pringles. Yeah, I'm just gonna settle in. It's a bit annoying being in the window seat because I'm gonna go out and get my key. To ensure the smooth operation. I've arrived at Beijing. To get out of the train station, you use your passport. So your tickets are always tied to your passport number. Easy, there's a 7-Eleven. It's completely unmanned, completely self-service, because they know you're not going to touch anything, which is fascinating. No crime. Right, I have to take 2 things. 10 at night, I am on my way via the metro to the hostel. I have to transfer. I have arrived at what I believe they call a low point on the trip. I am so tired. The hostel is Spartan, is the word, I believe. They have this thing I've noticed in Chinese hostels of really thin mattresses. I think maybe because the local population is quite small and light. For a big Scotsman, that does not do. So, basically sleeping on wood last night. Place is freezing cold. I don't just mean Beijing, that's fine. I mean the actual hostel has no heating. I could probably put up with it if I was at the smoothest start of my trip and loads of energy, but arriving literally hungover from Shanghai and just looking for a place to rest up, do my laundry, do my admin, and recharge, and then maybe see some sights. It's just not it. I'm booked for 3 nights, but I think I'll check out today. Just pony up and pay for a nicer place because I really need to rest up before I hit the countryside and go snowboarding and do all this adventurous stuff. Also, I feel like I'm gonna cry. My ankle's been bugging me from the first week of the trip. Gonna hit up Starbucks. Oh, another reason I need to rest. I need to do my citizenship, my application for a work permit for Canada. So, yeah, feeling pretty low. Kind of hungry. Kind of a fat double espresso at Starbucks and see what I can do. But yeah, I believe they call this a low point. The problem in China is literally everything savory has meat in it. Big fat oatmeal latte. Thanks to Uncle Sam. French butter croissant. While I try to work out to get on the Wi-Fi. I'm currently playing the horrible game of sticker split. So I have adult money now. So I can just leave. I've just seen from across the street a huge sign that says in English, vegetarian. It says vegetarian. Okay, so I don't really know what the vegetarian restaurant did wrong, but they have been destroyed. It's like kind of falling apart. Some holes. Found myself on the streets of Beijing, beside the main road, watching the world go by. I'm a bit of an anomaly here. I like the hat and the shades. Just outside the road. Life's good. My ankle's a bit sore, but I have warmed up. And I'm just on this main road, and I might go keep exploring the hutongs. Mosey my way on back to the hostel. Some thoughts on bread milk. There's a bread and milk shop right here. And this place is quite bougie because I'm seeing a lot of locals coming up to it and take photos. You go in and they have, milk and bread. But one thing I've observed in China so far is they do not understand bread and milk. So I've always wondered what's the deal with when Chinese people in the UK, Asian people are like, bro, you guys don't understand food, you don't understand tofu, you don't understand this. And I was like, nah, it's fine. And then I come here and the tofu's like 10 times better just on an average street corner, and I'm like, oh yeah, we don't get tofu at all. In the same way that Brits don't understand tofu, Chinese don't understand bread and milk. Just bread and dairy. So bread, they just throw sugar in any form of bread. Like, it's so unbelievably sweet. Even the most savory looking thing will be sweeter than anything like a dessert in the UK. I think it doesn't do justice to the wheat grain, which it comes in so many different forms and can be used for so many things. Likewise with dairy, they don't understand the savory aspects of dairy and just put loads of sugar in anything with dairy, and it's just like a sugar bomb. So that's my thoughts. Another thought I had while walking down the street towards the Chong is that, I was thinking about, it's kind of interesting when you immerse yourself in a culture which is so heavy on eating animals as a vegetarian. And I was just thinking about how I feel when people eat animals in front of me. I don't feel disrespected because You know, I like to respect people to make their own moral choices about the world and respect other cultures. But it does make me sad. It makes me sad. I'm not just thinking of China. While I'm here, I'm kind of just not thinking about it. I'm thinking back home when people eat animals in front of me, and I just feel sad when I see animals in such a state. You know, the universe's own creatures, God's own God's own creatures, just in such a desecrated state. You know, just cut up and wrapped in plastic. So I think all the creatures that we inhabit this earth with are beautiful and deserve respect. To me, it's just not respectful to cut them up and kill them and chop them into little pieces and throw them in plastic bags. But I will try understand when I'm here in China. I will try understand cultural differences. There's obviously a long history of food being about survival rather than about being choice. So that's some thoughts. That's just my feelings. As I said, I'm here to respect the culture and not disrespect it. So obviously I don't say anything, but I just want to share my feelings with the travel vlog. Now I'll show you the bread and milk shop. So all the bread looks super sweet. It's just like dessert basically. I have no idea how to say excuse me in Chinese. This place must be kind of bougie because 13, 14 yen for a croissant is actually quite a lot. That's like £1.50, a couple of euros. I know we are in China, but I think this is quite a bougie little spot. Based on people taking photos outside. So I'm in 7-Eleven and like, as a vegetarian, you've got very little choice. See, like in Taiwan, there's a few veggie ones of these, but as far as I can tell, none of these are vegetarian. Or just meat in some form. I don't think that will focus on it, but yeah. All just meat in some form or another. Crab, spaghetti bolognese, some sushi burger thing. So yeah, it can be a little bit tough. Maybe? This might be vegetarian actually. Yeah, there's bits of meat in it. Obviously, not speaking Chinese doesn't help. I do know the character for vegetarian. Corn and sweet potato are vegetarian thing, but I don't just want to eat corn and sweet potato. Oh, yeah. Okay. And that's the experience of buying eggs at 7-Eleven. I did crack the shell on those like hard-boiled eggs, but I think it was fine to put back. Like, maybe it wasn't. They were completely vacuum sealed. So, who knows? Vacuum sealed packets. I had these for dinner last night. I hope they're not boiled in some sort of stock. They're just hard-boiled eggs. Can you play that? God, they're so rough. Okay, so that's me ready to check out this crummy hostel with a rubbish bed and spend some adult money on a nice hotel bed for myself. Let's go. So, in a completely surprising turn of events, when I checked out early, gave them back my laundry, gave them back the key. They gave me the deposit for the key. And she's like, wait. She hands me a bunch of cash for checking out early. She's like, it's the room fee for tonight and tomorrow night. That I wasn't expecting. I don't know how much she's giving me here. What's she giving me? 150, 160. Oh, yen note. Around 160 bucks, which is about 16 quid. So, yeah, it was very honest and very nice of them. You would have never in a million years gotten that in Europe. So, she seemed a bit sad about it, but well, your hostel kind of sucks, so I don't know what to tell you. I'll take that 16 quid back though. Right, we're off skis. I'm on my way to the hotel, crossing this big, fat intersection. Making my way downtown, walking fast, and don't hold back. That's actually not the lyric. There's a lot of walking on random Beijing streets right now. Getting a whole lot of looks. Alright, I'm basically at the hotel. It's around this corner. It's on this lovely, lovely residential sort of pendant area. Oh, here goes nothing, bro. Apparently it's in there. This random residential building. Somehow, I don't think this is the hotel. Okay. Found the hotel because a random resident of the block I was in came and picked me up and he took me to it. So my mic's out of charge, but we're here. Looks very nice. He said he gave me a free upgrade. Don't know what that means. Not really bad. Everything's out of charge. My shoulder's a sore. I'm just gonna chill, actually. I thought I'd capture this little moment, even poor audio, of me making shin ramen in the hotel room in Beijing. Shin ramen, my one goat I can trust. Trying to charge my GoPros, but they ain't charging very well. I'm currently doing the necessary but extremely boring part of travel, which is sitting on my phone, trying to work out how to get where I'm going. I find this to be extremely difficult in China. My own fault because I don't speak Chinese. I can't just go to the station. I can't just look at anything. I can't ask anyone anything. It's just a bit laboured. And they have like their own equivalent of Google Maps called A Map, but it sometimes the town names don't translate very well. So if you want to go to a big city, Beijing, Shanghai, easy. I want to go to a small ski town and like actually find directions of how to get there. Kind of hard. So I think today is just going to be a boring day of me putting my laundry up to dry right now and to go pick it up. Me having another ramen in my room and booking the next sort of week. I'm going to go, I think, northeast to the Great Wall, come back, then go northwest to go skiing, snowboarding. I also need to check they've got bloody well snow. That'd be awkward, wouldn't it, if I got there and there was no snow? I kind of just assumed. Hello. I'm outside the metro. We're on our way to Tiananmen, which, as a stupid Uighurian, one can only assume is beside Tiananmen. So I basically haven't eaten in 2 days. A square meal anyway, and I found this insane vegetarian buffet restaurant beside Tiananmen Square. Unlimited food for like £8 or £9, and all the food is insane. This is just plate one. Second course, I will be huffing the sweet fumes of butane and having vegetarian hot pot, which I am most excited about. It's hard to describe what I'm feeling here because I feel kind of sick actually. I think that is the consequence of basically not having a meal for 2 days. Is that now that I'm making my hot pot, after that first round of food, I'm kind of just like. So we're a bit away from Tiananmen Square, so I'm a bit more confident to record here. Sending some sending some postcards to the UK. I have absolutely no faith that these are going to arrive. That's why I'm recording them. and it was a funny experience in the post office. And there also, the postage was like 10p, so I don't think it's making it home. But we will see. We've got 20 minutes left on this test. Very far away from Tiananmen Square, and all the places I can't get into. The hunt for an SD card shop. I'm just walking down like the north. There's like Beijing's interesting. So there's like an axis, like a central line that like defines the center of the city, and it's actually really cool. But it's not really like Shanghai at all. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's like no center. There's no CBD. The center of the city is the Forbidden Palace. Well, it's forbidden. If you don't have a ticket, that is. This is the axis that I'm talking about. It's really cool. So it just goes in a straight line. It goes in a straight line all the way for kilometers. It goes through Tiananmen Square, it goes through the Forbidden Palace, Forbidden City, sorry. It goes down to this gate all the way down there. I'm going to walk down to this gate. I don't think I'm going to see a shop selling SD cards. Ni hao yoke. So behind me, I'm in the Temple of Heaven. Behind me is a phenomenon you see everywhere in China, which is, you can't quite see them, but it's just like ladies over the age of 50 just gather in parks and just dance as a big group and just dance to music. There's some popo. I don't know why I'm so paranoid. There's literally cameras everywhere and people taking photos everywhere and tourists everywhere. Very beautiful, very calm, very meditative. So I'm about to go check out the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvest. I think the better way to translate it would be Prayer Hall for Good Harvests. That's the gate. We had to pay extra to get in here, which I kind of just nodded along and said yeah at the main door. So there is so many people here. I think this is off season. Yeah. Let's go get it. Okay, cool. Yeah. How do you want to do this? Smile. There's like a crazy amount of police here, like everywhere in China, and they're all just like inspecting what everyone's doing. These girls were doing some like artsy shit, and he like came over and was like reading the like artsy newspaper they had, and like, what's going on here then? I have to say, it's pretty sick. It is pretty sick. I like it. But yeah, as you can see there, it's just girls in traditional garb everywhere. But it's funny because like they're in traditional garb, but they're here to do TikToks. Obviously, like on that sort of nationalism sentiment. So, I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's just weird to watch like tradition just smash into like this weird digital modernity where like they're doing like these ahigo faces and like dances while in their traditional garb. Right. My conclusion about ancient China, the Ming Qing dynasty, is they like to pray. This whole day has just been walking around this absolutely gigantic park, all dedicated to praying for good harvest. I can't begin to emphasize how large this place is. I came in here. We went and saw the sights here, and down here. And there's a whole palace I just didn't even see. So I've just walked 3-4 kilometers to go to the Beijing Friendship Hospital. It was closed. No JE vaccine for me. This street is just an absolute madness. We're right beside Tiananmen Square, and it's just like one of the central streets, when you say. It's very touristy, it's for tourists, but it's just madness. Madon's making silver. And we're back where I was earlier. This central bit is the axis, and Tiananmen Square is up ahead, past that gate, which I didn't go in today because I didn't have a ticket. So I walked down to the Heavenly Palace, or whatever it's called. great prayer hall for a good harvest. Yeah, now we're back here in the middle. I'm gonna really low on memory for this SD card. I'm going to just basically go find some food, I think, and make my way home. I took the metro and got out of that Tiananmen Square essentially area. It's just a bit sketch around there, like just loads and loads of police. You can't really go anywhere. You get security checked. You don't really want to record anything, of course. It's just a bit annoying. You just can't walk anywhere and you can't really see anything. So now I'm out in the middle of who knows. Hopefully, I think I'm going to leave Beijing early. I think I'm going to try to change my train tonight to an earlier train. Just not really that fussed about it. And then go up to the snowboarding place and we'll go from there. The noodles are absolutely gorgeous. Looks very messy, but they're these like hand-pulled, really thick, doughy noodles, and it's like gorgeous chili sauce. So it turns out the waiter who was serving me in the restaurant, I actually owned the place. His name was Chow, and he was really nice, and he told me where to go to get base layer for snowboarding and to get an SD card. Now I'm just wandering home, and then on the wander home, I just wandered into a bar, and the guy spoke English, and he was very nice to me, and his bar was completely empty, but I still had a good time. Last day Beijing, my only job today is to go to a place called Maples International Shopping Centre. Praying I can get a base layer for going snowboarding, and hiking the Great Wall, and pick up an SD card. Okay, so brekkie this morning. Put this here. Brekkie this morning is Cafe Latte by 7-Eleven. Wheat Aroma crispy pieces. Some croissant. This is the view. I've gone for the option of calling it a DD because it's a 10-minute drive or 45-minute metro or an hour walk. Okay, I got about 2 minutes of footage left. I found an SD card in that big shopping mall that was ridiculously priced. There's only one shopping mall. I've now been dropped off in a random suburb because apparently there's a massive, it's called Electron Market here, which is like a haven, allegedly, for electronics people. I don't know what building it is. I've got about 30 minutes to find it, buy an SD card before I need to get on the subway and go to the train station. I think I might be in the wrong type of electronics superstore. We keep climbing. That's what I find. It's time for the great ChatGPT price negotiation, I think. I don't haggle over it. Paid 30 quid. It's really worth like 20 quid, but I don't know. Some random Chinese lady in a back market somewhere. I think I've just lost the willpower for today. I'm with 7% battery. Yeah, I got conned a little bit. I should have haggled over the price. They say always haggle, but whatever. I don't care. I'm not sure I believe in haggling in developing countries, although I'm not sure China is a developing country. Anyway, got my SD card. I should have just paid 50 for 1 terabyte in Taiwan. Oh well, who cares? So that was the Zhangfu Electron Market. I actually met some Schneider Electric people at the front door, which is where I used to work before I quit to go traveling. We've got 5% battery on this, and we have 30 seconds left. So I'm about to go to the train station to go snowboarding in Qingyi. I got a new SD card, which I definitely overpaid for, but that's okay because it was just some old Chinese aunt. She probably needed the money more than me. And yeah, if you're ever in the need for electric parts, I guess come here. I will use my last 10 seconds to say I will swap out the memory card when I get somewhere safe. We're heading down into the metro and we have to take a couple of lines, about 30 minutes until I get to the railway station, and I'll swap them out there.